playGame42, step 3. Now we'll highlight a cell. So we can draw a grid, and what we're going to do now is when you run the program, have one cell be highlighted. Okay? So when we start, in our init, we're going to indicate which cell is initially highlighted. I would suggest the middle cell. So that would be we store the highlighted cell not in its X and Y values, but in its rows and columns. So this would be the middle row is data.rows over 2, and the middle column, data.cols over 2. So in init, initialize your highlighted row, which would mean data.highlighted row, and your highlighted column, data.highlighted col, to be this cell. Okay, so that's what you do in init. Now, to draw it in redraw all, when you're drawing your various cells, which are just squares, right? Each cell is a square. You'll check if it's the highlighted one. And if it's highlighted, set its fill color to be, say, yellow for now. We're going to change that later. So when you start, because of what you've done in init and what you've done in redraw all, init keeps track of which cell is highlighted, redraw all draws it. Great. Now we want to respond to key presses. Left, 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 right, right, right. Easy enough. Inside key pressed, you'll detect if I hit a right arrow, and if I did, you'll modify, well, we're moving to the right, that's a column thing, so you'll modify data dot highlighted col. You don't redraw, you don't have to, because after key pressed is called, redraw all is called for you, and it will automatically redraw the new highlighted cell. What about wraparound? Okay, so as we move to the right, you don't want to just add one, you want to add one and then check if you've gone beyond the maximum number of columns. And if so, to, of course, reset it back to 0. And of course, to the left, you do the same thing. If you go negative instead, you'd want to wrap around. Something to do with data.cols. And of course, up and down are analogs to left and right. So when you're done with this step, you should be able to go left and right, up and down with this highlighted cell. And if you're having trouble at this step, well, this is why we have TAs and office hours and professors and more office hours and Piazza. So ask, and we'll help.